guys, I'm AJ Latino. Gonna do a spring bear hunt, Idaho spring bear hunt. Bag dump, gear dump. So plan on doing a backcountry, probably 5-day, 6-day, something like that. And this is the gear we're gonna run, or I'm gonna run. Start with the ground up. From the ground up, got the Crispies. These are the Valdrezes. I ran them last year in Colorado. So far I've liked them. I've got a couple other pair of Crispies, but I think they're all pretty comparable. Insoles, I run Sole brand insoles with metatarsal. It's been a good combination for me. Gaiters, currently I have the Sitka Stormfront, I believe. They're alright. They've done their purpose. I think I'll be upgrading those soon, maybe before this hunt. Got the pants, are the Kuiu Attack pants. So far they've been a solid pant. I've really got no complaints. Belt, paracord. I don't like having a bunch of crap around my waist when I got a hip belt on, so I go minimalist. Nexus skin top is going to be the Kuiu Merino 145 hooded long sleeve. Again, that's one of my favorite pieces of gear. I like that one so much I've got a couple of them. Stepping into the bino harness. Oh, it's all wadded up. It is the Kuiu Pro waterproof bino harness. I've liked it. I got the matching rangefinder pouch there. I couldn't tell you the brand of this water bottle holder. It's an Amazon generic, but it fits a like 20 ounce, 16 ounce, and I run the smart water bottles. Fits it great, gives me a little bit of water out on my persons, and I'll do all my mixed drinks and stuff like that through this. I also measure and regulate my water from my bladder using this. That way I can keep track of how much is on my back, because we all know how it works with a bladder. A couple little gizmos and gadgets in here. Little Santo compass, or Benton compass. Lens pen. And then I keep some just trail marking tape. Couple of Phelps amped calls on the one side. And I'll use these elk calls for predator as well, so I will keep them on me for a bear hunt. I won't take any of my others, but I will have them with me. Indicator, smoke in a bottle, that's all that's on this side. And then rangefinder. Currently, I have the original Vortex Ranger. Not a bad rangefinder. It's been through a lot of abuse, but I will be upgrading this as well before this hunt. Actually, I got one on order. It's just not here yet. I've got the Leupold RX 1400 coming. Binos, I've had these guys for a while. They're 10x42 Cabela's and Intensity HDs. They're not bad, pretty clear, good low light visibility. I've liked them. Got a little adapter here to mount my binos to a tripod, bipod, monopod, whatever. I'll get into that a little bit later. In the bottom of this thing, I keep just some random stuff, little microfiber, some lens cleaning wipes. Got a little security kit in here with a Mylar blanket, some fire starter, just stuff for a really bad day. Mini Bic. I keep a couple of those on me. I keep one in my pants pocket as well. Clear some of this. Alright, so the rifle. I got it mounted to the bag. This is about how it'll go when I'm wearing it. This is a, it was like a tarantula hook or something for a bow that was meant to go on a backpack, and the outer exterior tore apart, so I've maintained the hook and I use it for my bow. I haven't hunted with a rifle in a long time, especially backcountry, so I'm going to try this out. But basically the gist of this is the rifle butt's going to set on that hook. This works good for my bow. I haven't used it for the rifle though. So the rifle butt's going to set on the hook, and then I've added a strap with the extra lashing that comes with this bag, and it'll clip up to my shoulder harness. And with that, I can actually reach the buckle, release the gun, and pull it out while I'm wearing the bag. The gun itself is covered. Out of the way. Maybe not. It's a Alpine Innovations gun slicker. On the gun, and this is a Remington 700 270 270 Winchester. I've got a Harris bipod on it, I believe. Adjustable legs. It's a mid-length bipod. I keep the neoprene cover on here just to give a little bump protection to my optic. The optic is the Leupold VX Freedom, and it's a 4-12. The butts, or the chassis that's riding on, is a Boyd's custom hardwood chassis. Aluminum pillar bedding in it. It's not glass bedded currently, but so far it's been shooting pretty accurate, pretty straight. Got a little bit extra recoil pad on it. Just, it's 270, but it's all about comfort. Alright, so the bag. The bag is a Mystery Ranch Metcalf. It's the older version with the guide light frame, not the MT. I had the bag for a while, ran it for a bunch of seasons. So far, I've liked it. There's not a whole lot of gripes with it. Got the Crocs. Kuiu hat. Forgot about that one. Gotta have that. Trekking poles. Cascade Tech Costco trekking poles. I've had these for several years. Beat the crap out of them. Run them in several states, and I haven't broken one yet. I've had good luck with them. I've done a few little modification things. I've got, obviously, some electrical tape, some Leuco tape. This one here, I have put a nut zert in the top of it, and what that is for is, if I get it in here, I've got a little binding adapter. So this setup here will actually screw into my trekking pole into the top, The binos will go in here, and then I have a adjustable monopod. Essentially helps stabilize when glassing, things like that. Alright, this will go through the lid. So, Stealthy Hunter ditty bag. I got all kinds of good stuff in here. Power packs. This is a Goal Zero Venture 35. This is a Anchor. It's a 10,000 milliamp Anchor. I don't know if I'll run both of those, or I've got an Anchor 20K coming, so I may just go that route. Little electronics bag. I got a short little multi-charger that has all the adapters needed. A few AAAs. I'm not fully rechargeable, and I honestly don't plan on going that route. This little Lumitop Tool AAA flashlight with a little diffuser on it. This has been a good little light. It's not high lumens, but it's a great little camp light, stuff like that. Runs on one AAA, so it doesn't go through a whole bunch of juice. Just some supplements and allergy meds. A little bit of cordage. I got that stuff scattered everywhere. This is a SC Azula in S35VN. This is my kind of like camp knife. I don't carry a pocket knife with me. I carry this. Generally it's hooked to my belt loop and just dropped in my back pocket when I'm hunting. But it's a skinning knife. Kind of do everything with it. I've got a couple of these things which run off of you throw an 18650 battery inside of them, and they become little battery chargers. I may or may not have this and a 18650 flashlight with me. This is just a little kit that I got in there for quick grab stuff, some more Luco tape. This is an arrow shaft in here. It's used as a toggle for tarps and stuff like that. Some earplugs because the guys I hunt with snore like hell. Got a little S-beaner in there, a little mini S-beaner, and then I keep a little, what is it, Coglins or whatever, thermometer on there, so I can kind of keep track of the weather, keep track of how cold it is at night, and how miserable I'm going to be or not. Alright, water system. I use the Canuck bags, 2-liter bags as dirty bags. This setup here, I got another, this is one of the Sawyer bags, which I've got a couple of these. I don't know how much dirty water bags I'm going to take. I need to look at the maps a little more and see. I think water's going to be pretty prevalent, so I might go a little light on my dirty bags. Sawyer Squeeze original, and that will screw onto here. From there I can filter my water. I've got an attachment here which is a quick connect for my bladder hose, so I can fill without emptying out and yard sailing my bag everywhere. I always keep an extra quart Ziploc with me just for garbage or whatever. I cook out of those as well, so they're handy for me to have. Up here is a Thermarest Z seat. It's kind of nice to be comfortable out there, so I'll use this to sit on, keep my butt dry, keep me comfortable. fan of fire, I mean, little floor mat, the edge of a tent or hammock or whatever you're running at the time. So, and I just got a piece of shock cord here that I've rigged up to cinch coats, whatever, between the two, the double lid on the Mystery Ranch. Up here, there shouldn't be a whole lot in here right now. I don't have really food set up in this bag. This is just some spices, sugar, salt, pepper. I got some bouillon cubes, chicken bouillon cubes. Got to have some steak seasoning for when you kill. And then a Toaks titanium long handle spork or spoon. And then this pocket will hold my daily food rations, so it's accessible and whatever, and I can get to it and don't have to go digging through the bag, and then the majority of food will be contained within. Just take that off. Hip belt, I have a Safariland belt holster with an ALS. It's an ALS holster on a QLS system, so I can switch out depending on which sidearm I want to run. This one in particular is for a SIG P350 or 365, 9mm, and generally I will run that bow hunting, whatever, and I'll run like a 15 round extended mag, give me a little bit more purchase at the gun if I need it, and a little bit more rounds to deter something if need be, or someone. This is one of the Mystery Ranch Forager pockets. I think this one's the small, it might be the medium. The only thing that goes in there is my headlamp. I keep 3 more batteries for it. And I'll throw some snacks in there. Headlamp is the Black Diamond Spot. Black Diamond Spot. I like it. I've had good use out of it. It's got a lock on it, multiple light settings. It's dimmable. So far, it's been beating around in the weather in the Pacific Northwest and done fine. I haven't had any issues with it. Let's go to the side pocket here. If I can get it out, this thing's packed to the gills. I carry a Silky saw with me, Silky Pocket Boy. Processing firewood. We're going to do a campfire or whatever, and if I need to get in on an elk, bust through bone, cut bone, something like that. I have a finer blade on it. It is the, what is it? It's the finest, or the second finest blade that they have. And the reason that's on there, it's a little slower cutting wood, but it does better with bone. Especially if you want to keep a skull cap or something like that. Bear hunt, don't really have to worry about that too much. And then this side pocket, I have a ammo wallet. I do not know the brand. It's a generic Amazon ammo wallet. These are Federal Pro 130 grain ballistic tip bullets. I'm just running factory ammo. So far they've been pretty consistent for me. So don't like that. So in the top, I keep at the ready, out of a pouch, This is my rain gear. This is a Kuyu Katana jacket, and then I have the Kuyu Katana pants. I'll take those because I think we're going to end up encountering a little bit of snowfall, and I use the jacket as a general outer layer. Wind, whatever, I'll throw my coat on it, breathes pretty well, so I can hike in it, hunt in it. This is my shit kit. Got the basics in here. Toilet paper, wet wipes, got a little hygiene kit, toothbrush, some lip balm, comb, flossers, a little bit of Q-tips, small little thing of Aquaphor for chafing, and then I also carry some of these little compressed toilet paper tablets and use them for cleanup or whatever. They don't weigh a whole lot, so I like having them around. I can wrap a wound with them, whatever. Little thing of hand sanitizer, because, you know, things can get a little sketchy out there. What else we got? I think that's about it. And that. When it comes to wet wipes, I don't carry a 100 count bag. I get a little travel size thing, and normally that's more than adequate for a trip. That's more than adequate for a season, honestly. In here, this is a Wise Owl Outfitters dry bag. I've got dry bags from a million different manufacturers. I just recently picked these up. I haven't used them yet in the field, so I'm going to do some testing with them. And inside of it is a tarp, a rather large tarp. And all the rigging, I run a hammock. So this is my tree straps for my hammock. Got them set up, carabiner. I got a toggle here. Going back to what was in my ditty bag as a spare. I've got stakes, which I just got them in my little Tokes pouch. These are the Big Agnes Dirt Dagger ULs. They're just tiny little guys, but they've worked pretty good for me. I haven't really had them pull out. I've had them in some decent winds and stuff like that, just camping and messing around. And they don't weigh hardly anything. The tarp itself, I'm not going to pull the whole thing out, but it's a hammock gear Journey. So 12-foot tarp, ridge line, it's got doors. It's a rather large tarp. It's sil polyester. It's very thin, very lightweight. I think this whole kit as it sits with the stakes, the straps, everything is right around a pound and 4 ounces or something like that, so it's not incredibly heavy. The hammock's down in the bottom of the bag, so we'll get to that later. This is a Sea to Summit ultralight. I think this one's a 20-liter dry bag. And this is going to be like additional layers of warmth, things like that. I've got a Columbia vest. It's like a 650 fill or something like that. It's the 590 TD. This, I don't really need a whole lot of arm protection. I got pretty warm arms, so I'm a vest guy, and that thing keeps me really warm. A little Vortex beanie, fleece beanie. That won't be taken. Interchangeable, just an extra headpiece for warmth. This is the Kuiu Peloton 240. I absolutely love this thing. Great mid layer. It's actually a fairly warm piece too. This combined with that vest and my merino base, and I'm pretty solid down to some low temperatures. I like this. I've got the strong fleece too. I think this is a warmer piece just because of how wind resistant it is. The way it's constructed, the laminated exterior, it blocks wind amazingly well. Kuiu merino t-shirt. I'll wear this underneath my my long sleeve for a little additional warmth, or I will sleep in it. And then the Kuiu 145 merino, like 3/4 length zip offs. These things are awesome. There's something to be said about not having to take your boots off to get your long johns off. I also, in the pocket of that Peloton, oh no, it's not in the pocket right now, it's in this bag. I should have a Kuiu merino toque as well. Just give me some head options. Generally I'll run a ball cap and I'll run that toque underneath to keep my ears, keep the wind out of my ears and stuff like that. Kind of go goofy, but works for me. So this little guy is like hands and head. And a lot of times this one will get, it won't be in that stuff sack. So there's the Kuiu merino hat. I have a original buff. I'll run this as a neck gaiter, sweat rag, snot rag, whatever. Kind of gets nasty, but this one's merino as well. Gloves. These are just lightweight work gloves. They're high flex, cut resistant work gloves, and a lot of times I'll wear these just to take the edge off. If I'm moving around in pokey stuff, it's nice to have. And then these are just a generic pair of wool mitts with they're the fingerless glove flip over mitt. For, you know, if I'm setting and glassing or whatever, they help a lot when the temperatures really get down there. Cook kit. This is Reflectix windshield stuff. This is something I've seen a lot of hikers and stuff, like through hikers do, and they'll make a basically a warmer. So I've got this, and when I cook my food or whatever in a bag, I'll jam it in here, put the lid on, let it sit for a while, and it don't get cold. A little collapsible coffee cup from Walmart, nothing special. Gotta have a separate beverage cup. Small fuel canister. One of these will get me by for about 5 days if I'm boiling twice a day. So I'm good there. This is the Soto Windmaster stove. Keep a Bic in here, a little neckerchief, chunk of a neckerchief to clean up. A little bit of soap, a little piece of a scrub thing to clean up my pot if I'm cooking directly in it. Most of the time I'm just boiling water. And then this is the Toaks Titanium 900 milliliter pot. I like this setup versus jet oil. I can carry quite a bit of stuff in here, and it all nests together, and it don't weigh that much. It weighs, all this stuff together with the fuel weighs about the same amount. I think it's a pound or something like that. It's right around the same amount as a jet oil. Alright. Med kit. Got a wraps tourniquet in here, a little bit more Aquaphor. Basically band-aids, boo-boos, stuff like that. I do carry a full-blown trauma kit in here, so if somebody gets a nasty wound, we can do a compression wrap, stuff like that. I got some liquid bandage, a little bit of mosquito repellent, small thing, and I'm allergic to wasps, so I run an EpiPen, and I've got a allergy med to go on that and a steroid. So if I get hit between the three of those, I should be able to buy myself quite a bit of time. Depends on where I get stung, whether I'm going to go into anaphylactic shock or not. This is just kind of a general repair thing. I've got a fire kit in here, water purification tablets. These are fire starters. I make the disc ones myself, and they're like a face makeup cleaning pad soaked in motor oil and dipped in paraffin wax. One of those will burn for about 10 minutes, and then in the pill container there I've got a bunch of cotton balls that are soaked in motor oil too. I found the motor oil is cleaner to handle and mess with, and it burns longer, particularly used motor oil. When you need a fire and you got really wet conditions, that works good. This is just a little bit of dry tinder that I carry with me, some fat wood, and some of those little like fireplace fire starters. When you need a fire and you're in a bad situation, you need to be able to get it going fast. So I carry a fire steel with me as well, kind of like doing bushcrafty stuff. So spare windicator, more flagging tape if need be, keeping your optics clean and stuff, especially if you're going to be filming. I have a spare lens pin. You lose them, they break. This is just some fine cordage. It's like 100-pound test I run. And then in here I've got some more lens cleaning wipes. I've got another smart water bottle cap, another adapter for my hose. This is like a fix-it kit. I've got a piece of D-loop in here for my bow, spare knife blade for my kill kit. I'll get to that in a minute. A little ratchet and a couple different types of bits for working on whatever I'm working on, or whatever I'm carrying weapon-wise if need be in the field. I don't have them in here, but I will be taking a pair of Nipex 4-inch pliers as well. So, oh, and I also have tenacious tape in there for gear repair. Oh. Okay. So, this is going to be a food bag. There is not actually food in here for hunting. Simulating kind of just bulk in this pack for this hunt. So literally I got a 5-pound bag of potatoes and a bear line in here and some other odds and ends just to kind of put bulk in this bag. It's a smaller bag if you're going to run for 5 days. I found that out in Colorado. I had this thing plumped up quite a bit when it came to 5 days worth of food. So the bag itself is only 4,300 cubic inch. So it's a much smaller bag than some of the other ones on the market for doing backcountry stuff. A lot of my gear is pretty small though. The water bladder inside is a Hydro Pack, and oh no, it's an Osprey 3-liter. And then I've got my kill kit. And in the kill kit, I'm running Black Ovis bags. I keep a contractor bag in here. I keep some wet ones, spare knife blades, skinning knife, the outdoor edge. I like this opposed to Havalon just because the blades are much easier to get off without hurting yourself. They're sturdier. It's not as sharp, but it's still pretty sharp. You can treat it like a normal knife, touch up your blades, and get quite a bit of life out of the blades. I keep a little bit of electrical tape in here. I keep about 30 feet of paracord, and I've got the large black Ovis bags. I also have some rubber gloves and stuff. I've got like 2 pair in here, and I keep a pack in my first aid kit in case I've got to patch somebody up. And the majority of the bulk in this bag. So in this guy is my hammock. I'm not going to pull it all the way out, but what the hell. So this is a Hammock Gear 12-foot hammock in this bag, and inside of it I have both my top quilt and under quilt. I will grab my top quilt. So this is a Hammock Gear top quilt. The hammock itself has a bug net, Dyneema whoopee slings, and then top quilt and under quilt are identical. They're both the Econ burrows, but I have they're 15 degree, and I've had 2 to 3 ounces of extra down in them, so they're rated to roughly 0, 5, something like that. So in this setup here, I sleep like a baby. It looks like a lot of bulk, but it actually, there's 2 bags in there just like that one that I pulled out, and this thing compresses down pretty small. So it's a lot, but all in all, I think my whole camp, tent, all that stuff with this it's under 5 pounds. So it's not that heavy, it's just a lot of bulk. And that just stuffs in here and goes in the bag. I also have a Trekology 2.0 pillow in there. So yeah, I think that's about it. I don't think there's anything else in here.